the problem is when you're trying to leave the
Hi.
apartment.
New angle. Same thing. Broadcast as usual. It's the duels. I gotta finish either top 22 or top 21 if De Blasio, I think, is Adam, the first place driver in the field tonight.
There's only 40
finishes 22nd or worse. Basically, finish top 21 or out of the Daytona 250 next week. All right, going in the main.
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I have to go to work at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So.
Bye, Tyler.
Bye. Bye. Have a good night. Enjoy work.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Bye. Okay, I haven't been in a car in a while. Oh, I'm using a special paint scheme tonight that my one of my really good friends designed.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's not him. Yeah, you're just a him. Actually, you know what? I gotta...
Okay, just so you know,
what?
Arjuna,
not me.
If you have a headset on, the cut line is different for each race. It's top 22 for the first one, top 21 for the second one.
Thank God I'm in this one. If you're lucky, guys, you're going to see me eat some chicken fingers and french fries during the broadcast.
Where did you get chicken fingers?
Philly style.
Why does Philly style have chicken fingers?
Why doesn't it have chicken fingers?
Because it's a pizza place.
Yeah, but like a lot of places have it.
Yeah, but I don't get wings from Domino's.
I don't get your mouth quiet by talking to it. What?
Listen, you people out here on the East Coast.
You people.
That, like,
what do you mean by that?
Are for pizza. They don't have the extra things. Like, you can add a few things maybe. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
You got extra like specialty sandwich, but pizza is for pizza.
Okay. Well, you know, you're for pizza. Okay. Okay.
Actually, I think this, judging by the strength of field and the names I'm looking at, I feel like first race is slightly harder. Because what, you have Trudell, Nieto, Freenage, Bui, Eberhardt, and Winemaster and Lavaria, and those, in my mind, should be top 10 drivers.
Arjuna, you're doing lead commentary?
I think he's still cleaning things up.
Is that a yes though?
Yes, Arjuna's lead. I am
gotcha.
Secondary.
Do.
Also, the cut line is different based on where the 24.
You just said hold on.
I don't know if he's talking to me or what.
Maybe.
I was more of informing you. Because I want you to know that you have to watch 24.
I know. Oh, I know. Hugo, how's my view? How's my Zoom view?
Oh, that's looking good. It's actually much better than the
I know.
series.
Do you like my French fries?
Yeah. Actually makes me hungry right now.
Well, I hope this makes you hungrier.
I'm going to bed because I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning.
If you were talking to me, I didn't hear any of that, so give me the updates now.
Oh, I wasn't. I was more informing Dylan, but just so you know, the cutoff line varies depending on if the 24
special paint scheme.
in higher than 31st or not.
Courtesy of my one of my best friends, Jake Manium.
Galazzo.
Okay, 10-4.
Is his
so it should be
YouTube show. Airs mostly every Friday, I believe.
Finishes in the top 21 in the field.
And
top 22.
His
it would be top 21
FIFA
crashes.
Xbox CPCL, I believe the league is called, team.
Because
AFC Philadelphia.
24 qualified on pole, so it was automatically safe regardless
and
of how you
it's a beautiful scheme. Why am I so loose?
It's the same for the 32.
I'm not sure.
Are we good to start in 2 minutes of voting?
I'm good.
Okay.
Have you ever watched the NASCAR duels at all, Arjun, or no?
A little bit. Like, I get the idea, but yeah.
I feel like sometimes they have better. It has better racing than other restricted plate tracks.
2 minutes, okay.
Nice.
Oh man, I managed to feed Milo just in time.
Good boy.
Milo.
Gonna push the stream up.
Are we timing 71 or timing 2 tonight?
2.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
I don't know why my car feels so loose. I really haven't driven a cup car in a long time, so uh-oh.
Is it loose at Daytona?
It was just loose on the apron, obviously. Cold tires.
I think they're trying. They had a big update for it aerodynamically. So
really?
Yeah, like I got it. Like it's a bit, I think, looser towards the center of the corner. But that's when I was running 1.5 that are tricky. By the way, old Kentucky is better than new Kentucky, and I will continue to stand on this pedestal until the end of time.
I'm about to be caught by a pack. What do you think of my paints?
Yeah, so
what do you guys think of my paint scheme, though? Seriously.
I think it's okay. I think it's good. It's nice.
I think it's great.
Black.
Silver, gray, white.
40 seconds.
Got one inside. Stay high. All clear, all
30.
clear.
Love that Jason's going with the lows.
20. 15. 10. Okay, sounds please.
At the start of every racing year, racing fans across the globe turn their attention to the world center of racing. We are just 1 week away from kicking off the SimSeats Real Sim Racing Cup Series and seeing if anyone can challenge Andrew Farinaj and stop him from taking a 4th consecutive Cup Series championship. Hello and welcome to Daytona Speed Week and the Daytona Duels as we welcome you to the first round, almost, of the SimSeats Full Throttle Cup Series. My name is Arjuna Kankavati, filling in for Evan Pasoko, who's on commentary duties for another Cup Series today, Jonathan. But I'm excited. We are 1 week away from kicking off our season for the real, and today it's all about
I'm not texting, but I am on my phone and driving.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of pressure.
5 viewers.
Get a good solid spot.
Beautiful.
A lot of guys down the field
hello, everybody.
well, that are not locked in. Only the top 2.
Chris, my guy, figured I'd stop in and show some love.
And this could mean
Thank you. I keep looking up there.
Name like Farinaj or Eberhardt taken out in the track, they could be knocked out. So this race is going to be key, and it's going to be really, really exciting.
That's what happens.
And for Freenage, I'm just taking a look at my notes. We'll roll off an 8th position in our first duel of the day. You do want to watch out for that. There are different cutoff lines depending on which heat you're in. Let's take a look, though, at the series schedule and talk a little bit about the journey that these drivers will go on over the course of the year. Because, Jonathan, it's 30 races.
Look at this one-handed.
Very different racetracks. And just like the real world,
looking like Kyle Busch.
A number of interesting road courses over the
that
course
car
of
is
2021.
gorgeous.
We're going to do the same. I said it 1 week ago. I can't wait till round
Thanks,
10,
Jake.
Circuit of the Americas.
I looked up there again. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see like what each driver brings to the table. Like, we talk a lot about Andy Freenage, and you know, a lot of people like maybe saying, "Why do you talk so much about this guy?" Well, you know, I did my track facts. He's won 25% of the races he's raced in, so he's dominant. But there's other
7 viewers.
Eberhard,
hey guys.
in the Winter Series, newcomer Matt Danson.
I can't find. I don't have my win screen, but basically, you gotta finish top 21 or top 22 if Adam de Blasio finishes 22nd or worse. So if I don't finish, if I finish 23rd, 24th, or 25th, and maybe 22nd, I'm not racing in the Daytona 250. Wow, grading up now.
On the docket today, and first up, we'll start with 25 cars. Adam de Blasio on the inside of row number 1. Jaron Weinmaster will start in 2nd with Michael Lariah in 3rd. Joseph Tyson
Please
4th.
keep the paint
James
clean.
Ross in 5th. And then John Rodden in 6th. And Jonathan, take us through the next 6.
Brian Shameless in the 25, rolls off P7, defending champion Andrew Freenage in P8. Brandon Bui, a longtime racer in this series, coming back after a
no more chat.
In 9th. Daniel Eberhardt in 10th. Michael Moser in the 54 in 11th, and Shane Parrish in the 81 in 12th.
Eric de Blasio lines up then in 13th with Dominic Howe on his outside in 14th. Sean Casto lines up in the 52 in 15th position with Trevor Trago in 16th. Racebot's own Gary Weaver in the 99 back in 17th place with Carl Trudell in the 7 on his outside.
Garrett has to change it.
Apparently there's no 25th place anymore.
Now he's the 84, starting in the 19th position. Bobby Krug in the 20th position. Sam Nieto from Flat Out Motorsports in 21st. Tom Morano in 22nd. Martinez Major in 23rd, and our own Dylan Coyle in 24th.
Hi guys.
There is Dylan Cole. One more starter, Trevin Valderrama, to complete 25. In fact, he's not rolling.
Where is he?
Today, so it does look as though we've got a slightly different picture in terms of the eliminations. I'm also seeing, Jonathan, on my timing screen, Adam de Blasio. Of course, he locked himself in 1 week ago. He's not taken to the grid either. That's going to mean one more spot on the offer tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the sacrifices. That means that there's another chance for me to not look like a total embarrassment, you know, on the broadcast itself.
Well, Jonathan, where does...
leaves the scenario the same, that 3 drivers will be eliminated. If Valderrama is here and de Blasio is not lining up, then it leaves, the scenario I think is the exact same.
No, you're right. It just moves that cutoff
to
line.
21st.
We'll take a look in at our driver wall. And Dylan, just talk to us as you get ready to go racing, how excited you are.
I'm not really excited. I just want to try and get through this one. I mean, there's no points on the offer. It's just don't get eliminated here, which is the goal. I was at the actual Daytona and I couldn't partake in qualifying, so starting 24th. Arjuna, take this start away.
Pace car down onto the safety of pit lane. Hopefully we won't see it, but down into the start zone we go. Jaron Weinmaster, Michael Lariah on the front row of the grid now. We go green flag racing, 30 laps in our opening duel here at the World Center of Racing. 2 by 2 throughout the entire field, Jonathan. And you were talking to me in the build-up to this race. The Daytona duels in the real world and on the simulator are sometimes some of the cleanest and best racing we get at plate tracks across the season.
I think it's because people know what's at stake, and getting at the end of this field and getting eliminated is scary from the big race, especially if you're a big name.
Yes, it is.
You know, getting eliminated from the first race of the season, you don't want that. As right now, everybody seems to be calm, just kind of feeling out where they want to be in the draft. It's a lot different as well from the main race. The main race being the day. This is at night.
So top 21 will advance as we finish 1 out of our 30 laps here. They go 3 wide as I think that's Daniel Eberhardt trying to take a couple of people up onto that outside line with him. No one following just yet. Like Jonathan says, I think everyone knows what's at stake. And right now, 2 by 2 throughout the entire field, except for Eberhardt, who's now falling back and can't afford to fall back too much here, Jonathan.
Still there.
No, but it's a really thin cutoff line. It's only those
I
last
trust
2
Nieto right
positions,
now.
22nd and 23rd, that will not make the main show, but he's going to have to be careful. I really don't want to be in that mid-group, even if it's just a dual race. Because if something goes wrong at the front, you can get involved. If something goes wrong at the rear, you can still get involved if people don't catch up under caution.
So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Sorry to cut you off. It's 2 drivers that are in this race right now will be eliminated by the fall of the checkered, correct?
Yes, and I was just about to ask you, Dylan. You're riding around at the back right now. You see a couple of cars too wide in front of you. What are you thinking?
I will not really push until we're at a point where I need to push. I'm thinking that there will not be absolute clean racing because while there is a push, you know, to not get a did not start for the 500 or the 250, that is, there's also a lot of thinking of, well, drivers do want to have a better starting position for the 250. They don't want to be in a position that I'm currently in. So I'm just thinking, you know, I want to sit back a little bit. I trust some of the drivers I'm currently around, namely Weaver, Nieto, Morano. I've had some races where he and I have run very cleanly together, so I'm trusting this back of the pack fairly well. So we'll see what happens as the race continues, but I'm not taking any chances as it currently sits. Oh,
well, there's a
there.
push up on that outside line right now. Not sure who those
big slowdown.
Are, they're getting a bit.
There's a car.
A bit feisty out front, Jonathan.
I'm not sure if you guys saw. There's a car that's blinking a lot, and they're up front.
So it looks like we might have a blinker with technical issues. On the outside, though, that's Daniel Eberhardt being pushed from behind. 3 cars on that high line, Jonathan, getting connected together right now. They're not really making too much headway, though.
No, but
is there a blinker up front?
Back from the Las Vegas race at the Winter Series, Eberhardt may have pushed Freenage a little bit to get Freenage into the winning position that he needed. And this is also a good time to find some drafting partners, find some different guys. You know, Daniel's teammate is in the other race, Sean Kalis, so he doesn't have a teammate right now to really work with.
Still there.
And Dylan Cole has now made his way up into 21st place, so Michael Moser and Gary Weaver, the 2 cars that will be cut after the next 25 laps are done. 5 laps are done now, Jonathan. And there we go. It's getting a bit more hectic. A few cars being a bit more aggressive. Onboard look with Bobby Krug, up 12 positions so far.
Yeah, he's kind of going to be a guy, I think, to watch out for and see how he develops over the season. He was running kind of mid-pack in the Winter Series, and this is going to be a little bit of a proving ground, I think, a Cup Series for him as he gets really close.
Left foot's on the brake the entire way, just in
nice
case.
Little bump there, and oh, they're getting squirrely on the second line. You can see just in that shot.
We're
that's the 86 big one. That's the big one. First caution in our Duels, and looks like half the field has been caught up in that one. Take a look at the smoke that's now erupted on track as that's the 42 car down onto the apron.
Not sure how much damage
for them. Replay coming in just a few moments, Jonathan. And I said they were getting feisty.
Wow. I have a little bit of damage, but I feel like I got out of it. I don't know how. It felt like the sea parted in between for me. I'll still hold somewhat some sort of pace, but I'm happy with it.
That's all you need, because I think there's severe damage on Dominic Howe, and then the 64 or the 84 of Garrett Hess, and then also big name involved, the 88 of Freenage.
Howe claims it.
It's the 84 car.
And Howe does claim it, so that will be an end-of-line penalty for the number 86, but he's already down on pit lane with significant damage, and well, unfortunately there, it seems like a couple of cars are going to miss out. The likes of Dylan Coyle up into 15th, though. Let's see, maybe can take one more look at it here and get an onboard look at Dylan's perspective and see how he slotted his way through the carnage. You did see a bit of contact there.
Yep.
A number of cars now missing significant portions of both the front and rear bodywork. Looks like there, the number 86, Jonathan, might even have some suspension damage.
Yeah, you see right ahead, it's going to be that 33 of John Roden that comes down and takes the draft almost off of Dominic Howe to really upset the car, and then there was really nowhere for a lot of these guys to go. You know, it happens at the front of the field, it happens so quickly.
And so a number of cars down onto pit road this time around, I would assume, trying to get some damage repair as well. Not sure, Dylan, if they're going to need any fuel to the end. What's your crew chief telling you down on pit road?
I mean, there's no real need to get fuel. I'm just putting it in just because, you know, it's not really going to affect anything, except my own conscience. But I'm looking at my screen. I have 40 seconds left of optional repairs, so I'm pretty good. I don't know how I made it out of there. I'm not sure what you guys saw from the replay, but it really did look like a lot of things opened up for me. I know I have had some damage, but you know what? It's all about survival here. And in terms of strategy, it's just, yeah, I have tires put on the car. We have one extra set of tires. Tires are not going to be huge here, especially for a 20-lap or so stint. But the most important thing for me is just getting all of the damage I can possibly get fixed. Pace car's 20 seconds behind me. I've got 3 seconds of optional repairs to go. So I'm feeling fairly confident, at least for the rest of the race. And I think what you will see, by the way, is that if it is an absolute that there is everyone still running will not be out of the race or out of the Daytona 250 coming in on next Monday, you're going to see a lot more aggressive behavior, because then it becomes truly a race just to see where you're going to start at Daytona. And I mean, would you rather be someone who's at the front of the field and gets to avoid all of that carnage just by your starting position? Or would you want to be someone like me who gets very lucky that they didn't take that much damage? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd prefer to be the guy who doesn't have to worry about avoiding the wreck.
Well, Jonathan, I poked some fun at you in our chat. You were saying that some of our big names might get mixed up in trouble. What have you done to Andrew Farinaj? Because he's down on pit road. He's been stationary for 2 entire minutes already. And he's in danger of not coming out, as well as Farinaj, Eberhardt down on pit road, Bobby Krug still on pit road. You've cursed some of these biggest names to really struggle here in this first duel.
Wow.
Not my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It was an accident.
Most things are your fault.
At the front of the field, and unfortunately for Farinaj and Eberhardt, they were trying to make that outside line work, and they were just victims of circumstances. And I think they're doing the smart thing by at least staying on pit road for some extended repairs, because I think Dominic Howe and Tom Morano have got the worst of it, so they might be okay. It's only those last 2 spots that are getting eliminated.
Well, 19 cars then rolling around on track as Bobby Krug catches the back of the pack and will rejoin and form up as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Lap 9 out of 30 about to finish in our opening duel here at the World Center of Racing, and hopefully that pace car will get a bit of an extended breakdown on the safety of pit lane. The top 7 cars have not pitted, and as a result, Gary Weaver all the way from the back of the pack up into 7th position. Take a look off the back of the pace car as well. Sorry, Dylan, you're about to say something.
Well, I will say, whoever wins this starts on row number 2. This is going to be some good racing in the last 20.
Green, green, green.
That's true. They're not fighting for the front row. Early jump there for Joseph Tice. Back to green flag racing, and the 48 of Jaron Weinmaster is getting mugged down the inside by Michael Lara. Great start there for the inside row, and everyone just forming up now, Jonathan. Who's that down on the pit road, though, getting up to speed?
21.
And de Blasio, I think he might have had an internet issue and didn't connect.
Yep.
Which that could be a factor depending on how long Howe and Morano stay on pit road. And there's Eberhardt running around wounded. That could be a factor depending on how many positions that 21 picks up.
Eberhardt off of pit road, rolling around in 20th with Farinaj, Howe, and Morano. 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Oh, more contact. The 48 almost up into the wall. Gary Weaver slings it down the inside. They are getting very aggressive now, Jonathan, though.
I think Dylan mentioned it a little bit earlier. It's a little loose in that center of the corner with these fixed setups. And you saw it right there. That 14 car of James Ross is getting a little sideways, and unfortunately for Garen Winemaster, this run is not going as well. He spins the tires on the start, and now he's all on his lonesome on the outside.
Yeah, getting a bit more single-filed as well now. You see back in the pack, who's this we're taking a look on board with? Gary Weaver wearing that VR headset, up 13 positions, Jonathan up into 4th. That's exactly what he would have wanted. And given what some of the other cars have had to deal with through that incident, Weaver might even be starting towards the front of this field.
I think that's good news for Weaver. He was another guy that I think had a lot of bad luck in the Winter Series. Just things didn't go his way, got caught up in accidents that were not of his own making. A good start to the Daytona 250, and maybe even a good finish come next week, I think will really energize him and maybe make this 99 car a factor.
And this is really the preseason test, right? This is where, especially going into Daytona, where you just said it a few laps ago, where you'll be testing out who's going to be working with you in the draft, who's really good at pushing people along. We've seen in plate races in RSR competition before just how important working together is. Look at these 3 cars hooked up on the high line. Darren Winemaster being pushed to the front of the field again.
He's got that 84 of Garrett Hess behind him. Garrett was kind of like not really mentioned a lot in the Winter Series. However, he really did impress me at Talladega. He ran very, very well up until the end. We got caught up in a late race accident running that 00. But now I think this is going to be a time for him to try and really grow and shine. It's a much longer season, and there's a lot less risk, I think, for the 84 as compared to when he was riding in 00 in the Winter Series. And a good move to get that into the inside. Winemaster is all by his lonesome now again.
And it's Muntasi Major in the 82 car that's now going to tow up to the back of Winemaster, shove him along once again. Muntasi, another car up from the back of the field very impressively. He's had to come down pit road, so he might have a little bit of damage there, but let's see if Winemaster and him can work together. Everyone else, once again, tucked down on that low line. Great shot here across the start-finish line. Our producer, Hugo Luis, trying to just show off very slightly as finally Major and Winemaster tucked up, and Winemaster now challenges for the race lead. The 7 car as well of Kyle Trudell is pulled out to that second line further back.
Lapped cars, lapped cars.
And we're coming up on lapped cars. Dylan Cole, what are you seeing?
Lapped cars up high, passing on the backstretch. They're slowing down. Thankfully, it looks like we're going to get away from it. I will say this, inside line, it's going very slow. I think it's because there's a lot of guys who aren't necessarily used to super speedway racing with each other, and it can bunch up very quickly. I'm trying to catch up to the outside line. Unfortunately, I couldn't necessarily go with Chambliss. Chambliss was behind me. He made a smart move and went down to the inside when he could, and, well, you see the amount of space he has away from me right now. So this race is very much up for the taking of anyone in this field.
And there's 4 cars who, for a moment, were stacked up on that high line as we see this onboard back in the pack. As Dylan Cole weaves and tries to find his way into that draft of the cars on the outside line. We're about to cross the line to get to the halfway point in this race. 1 caution so far, and they're 2 wide, 3 deep at the front of your field, with 21 spots on offer in next week's Daytona 250. Across the line we'll go then, Jonathan. I'm wondering, for some of these cars in the pack, we've got Andrew Farinaj still down on pit lane. If you're Daniel Eberhardt, at what point are you safe and can finally stop running around with that wounded car as Winemaster is about to get pushed to the race lead?
I think the scariest thing right now is the fact that Edmund Glacier is back in the room, because if he finishes higher than 21st, that does move the cut line and it might cut Farinaj out. Right now, Farinaj is safe. Eberhardt, I'm thinking, might be safe. He's only 3 laps down.
Well,
he's kind of minding his own business as well.
Well, it's if De Blasio.
There is Farinaj, as Jonathan has just spotted. He's finally finished his repairs. 8 minutes, 20 seconds stationary in his box. And now he'll roll around and try and preserve that 21st and final transfer spot. Look at that, though, Jonathan. Once again, 4 wide. Sorry, Dylan, not 4 wide.
It's all good.
They're four rows deep on the outside line right now. Like Dylan was saying, that inside just keeps getting checked up, and these guys migrate now to the high line.
Oh, I'm liking the fact that we have a taker out on the outside, just a little too far in front. I need someone to come with me because the speed is obviously on the outside right now, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Just got to keep trying to find a run, find a checkup of some sort. You can see I'm kind of halfway in, halfway out. Not sure exactly where I want to go, but there does look to be some speed on the outside behind me. We'll see what happens.
You might have a friend behind you as well. I think that's Sean Casto in the 52 poking his nose to that outside line. They're they're 2 wide, 4 rows deep at the front of your field, a bit more spread out further back, and at some point when they do organize up, like you're seeing them doing a bit more now, they will catch those front cars. We're going to have a big old train of cars coming to the checkered flag, almost 2/3 of the way through. Looks like Eberhardt, though, might have blown his engine, Jonathan. He's down on pit lane.
Again, it just kind of matters where that 21 finish is. And right now, Dominic Howe has left the room. Tom Morano is still down on pit road, so those are the 2 cars out of the race. And there you can see the 90 car of Daniel Eberhardt, the SK Racing machine, on pit road. But I think the reason this bottom line gets checked up going into the corners is you can't.
There's wrecking, there's wrecking.
Contact, Weinmaster's in the wall. Everyone else scrambles to the inside, manages to avoid him, and we stay green here at Daytona in our first duel. That's
craziness.
Separated out the entire pack, and somehow we stay green. And Dylan, what did you see there?
Craziness right now. Wow.
Oh, and you're getting a big old
yeah, let me take care of this.
It's getting intense once again at Daytona, almost 2/3 of the way through. Weinmaster now falls all the way down to 16th position. And who's that in the 78 car that's taking advantage of the situation? Sorry, that's not the 78, 79 of Dylan Coyle.
That's me? Hello.
That's you right there.
Yeah, I didn't really gain any spots there. I was thinking about just flooring it and trying to go to the outside, but kind of made that decision a little bit too late for what I could have potentially done. This is weird right now, though. Very strange.
But we're taking a look at this replay. Contact between Joseph Tice and Jaron Weinmaster. Looks like one car might have had some slight contact with the 48, Jonathan. Everyone else down to the inside and able to get away safely.
Yeah, the problem with going through that tri-oval, and those 2 almost touched in the end of turn 2. I don't know if you heard my little gas there. They almost touched the end of turn 2. They've been side-drafting each other really aggressively. You can't do that in the tri-oval. That's where you will have and see some really, really big accidents. And now this separates out the field. It's really like this 7, 8, maybe horse race out front if we do stay green.
Does look like, though, Dominic Howe, Tom Morano, the 2 cars that will get eliminated from next week's grid. The Daytona 250, lap 21 out of 30 as we come out of turn 4 to complete this 21st lap. 9 laps to go across the line. Once again, single file at the front of your field. You go back to where Dylan Coyle is. I'm keeping my eye on him right now. They're getting a bit more feisty right now.
Yeah. Remember when I said anyone could win? A caution needs to happen for that to come true. It's just way too spread out right now and really hectic. Everyone's trying to find whatever they can. Shocked a caution wasn't thrown right there. But you know what? Sometimes things happen. Currently in 15th place. Last car besides from me to Weinmaster. So, a little boring right now.
Hey, it's a little boring, but it secures your spot in next week's race. And
right.
That's exactly what you need.
Yeah, this is true. I would like to be fighting for a win, though, in the duel. That would be very nice.
There's still a couple laps to go. Don't count your chickens just yet. They're single file a little bit more, but they're getting too wide and formed up now on the outside. Garrett Hess leading that charge. It's Brian Chambliss tucked up behind him, and they're waiting for that 3rd car in line, the 21.
Oh, it is getting really crazy up there.
Close the gap and give them a shove down the straightaway. 37 of Trevin Trago as
there
well.
Could yet be a crash.
The outside, and 2 wide is forming up once again, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think de Blasio is now going to be a bit of a help, I think, to this outside line. This 37 is going to get a good shove.
Fingers crossed for a crash.
Garrett Hess and Chambliss. And again, these are some guys that might have had some struggles in the Winter Series and maybe even last year that just kind of need a good result, and this is a good way to get started. But I don't think we've mentioned it yet. The 24 of Lariah has been at the front the entire time and probably can get a great starting position tomorrow if he can get around Joseph Tice. Tice has been proven to be a tough customer to pass right now.
I think new colors on that 44, blue and white, looks quite good. Performing quite well as well. It really looks good, and I think, Jonathan, the one thing that I'm going to miss next week when I'm kicked out of this booth and Evan Pasoka returns to his duties, not only as commentator, but race control as well, is looking at some of these paints, because we really have a good-looking field, and you see there the 8 cars. My oh my, there's some very talented painters in the iRacing community, and they've done some great work here.
Well, Tom Moreno wants some black flags cleared. I think he's going to be coming back out.
Well, Tom Morano is coming back out, and Daniel Eberhardt, who's back down on the pit lane, is separated by about 7 laps. So Tom Morano might have timed this perfectly, as Andrew Farinage now gets past Daniel Eberhardt on the lap count, with Eberhardt stationary on pit lane. That's going to be something to watch out for, Jonathan. I'm not sure if Morano has left this a bit too late.
I'm not sure either. I think the bigger concern is the fact that that 21 is in this lead group right now, and Daniel Eberhardt is still down on pit road. 2 more laps and the 21 goes to 21st, and Daniel Eberhardt will be eliminated.
Well, remember, it just moves the cut line, because Adam de Blasio already locked in to next week's race. So Eberhardt would still be in, but Winemaster down on the pit lane this time around. Is Winemaster giving up the ghost, or is his car giving up the ghost? And that might open the door for Tom Morano. So all sorts of things are kicking off here, and there's still action out on track as well. So great stuff at the World Center of Racing. 5 laps to go as we work down into turn number 1. Dylan, what are you seeing further back?
Lapped cars going extremely slowly because they have so much damage. It's kind of funny, actually. It's not a terribly hard thing to deal with. Farinage, never been that fast by him before. I see some smoke ahead, though. I guess that's just from my view. But yeah, I'm just in a 4-car battle for 12th place. Nothing really exciting going on back here. What's going on up there? It's more exciting.
It's getting exciting. Michael Laraya now down to 3rd on that inside line. Trevor Trago is slotted in between Joseph Tice and Michael Laraya. They're forming up once again on that outside line, but they're getting a bit disorganized for the first time. The guys on the inside, Jonathan, starting to work together a bit more, shoving each other through the corners. I wonder if a few of these guys were a bit more concerned about their engines expiring from pushing early in the race, that they've waited until these last 4 laps to really go hard.
Yeah, and then you also have to be concerned about engine temps. You have to be concerned about how much aero damage you get from bumping someone in front of you. There's actually a lot of thinking when it comes to in this draft. It isn't just hold the throttle and pray. It's a lot of when you make your moves, when you try and make that big play. And right now, the play is get around the 1 car, and no one has seemed to be able to do it. And here comes Garrett Hess with Brian Chambliss. This might be his only chance. Trevor Trago is new to the series. Tice is not going to have any idea who he's drafting with behind him.
Still there.
So on board then with Trevor Trago, I believe, on the outside line.
Chambliss.
Sorry, Chambliss on the outside line as he's pushing along the 84 in front of him. He's almost clear, you know, here, Jonathan. It's very close. This is the first time we've seen a real challenge for the race lead.
Yeah, he needs some side draft right now. There's a lap car ahead that's going to make things a little complicated, especially in this rival. That 11 car is Eric de Blasio, and my, oh my, is he going slow. But
I mean, he lets them go on that high line. Look at them, 4 rows deep of cars right now. 2 laps to go here at the World Center of Racing. Our first duel, we had 1 caution, and I think we're going to be in for 1 action-packed finish. Look at the outside line forming that momentum. Garrett Hess gets shoved along. He's about to get clear. What does he do, though? Is he going to pop his nose down to the inside? No, he sticks on that outside line, Jonathan. He finally sweeps his way down to the inside. Joseph Tice, no longer your race leader.
I think he wanted Chambliss with him. He didn't want that 1 car behind him. He wanted that 25. 25 is the best pusher in the field, it looks like. And now he's going to have clean air. What can that 82 do? Tyson Major, can he push Brian Chambliss to a win, or is it Garrett Hess's to take?
The 2.5 miles left. White flag in the air. Joseph Tice now tries to find his way past Garrett Hess. Back to the front of your field. Trevor Trago with a late move. down to the outside. Tice follows him, tries to block Garrett Hess as well. Tice now with that momentum coming to the race lead in towards turn 3 for the final time. Trago tries to go to the inside. Tice covers him off. It's a drag race now all the way out of turn 4. The cars behind squabbling with each other, not really fighting for the race lead. Tice versus Trago. Here comes Hess with that push from Larai. Does he look below the yellow line? He does. 3 wide at the line, and I think it's Trevor Trago on the outside. He'll take the win here in our first duel at the Daytona International Speedway, and he'll line up in 3rd position in next week's Daytona 250.
I lost all speed there.
Welcome to RSR, Trevor Trago. What a move! What a move to get by Tice. Tice did not make that.
That's
much.
unfortunate.
That was frustratingly difficult, I think, for the 37 to get around.
Yeah,
but that was a good, hard-working effort right there.
15th.
So great stuff. 1 solitary caution, and it does look as though Andrew Farinaj, Daniel Eberhardt hold on to those positions. Here's one more look at the finish. Garrett Hess looks below the yellow line, but on the outside. Chambliss pushing Trago, and that 37 car takes the win. Exciting stuff, Jonathan, and once again, we get to do this one more time. We'll re-rack the second grouping of cars in just a couple of minutes' time and start it up once again for 30 more laps.
And that one's just going to be just as exciting. We have a bit different players in that field, and
I don't know why I'm typing. Thanks, guys.
See what everyone is made of.
Fortunately, it didn't go exactly the way I wanted, but I'm not out of the 250. I'll start around 30th place.
Final race results here from
not great,
Daytona
but
Duels.
you know what?
The world
I'm happy with it.
Of racing.
All right.
The number 37 takes the win by
intro,
just under
outro. Thank you, Jake, for that paint scheme. Maybe I'll race it next week. Hopefully you like this new angle. I need to find something to put right here so it doesn't look completely blank. But yeah. All right, guys. Take care. It's been a fun, quick broadcast.